Blossom is back, and today I'm going to do a top 10 video of the top 10 cars that are still on my wish list. Now, the last time I did a top 10 video like this, well, the Italian Renaissance one, I had a whole list for that. That was done pretty recently. However, this is going to be covering every single car in the game since when I first started over 2 years ago now. So these are cars where, for some reason, I haven't gotten. Some of them on the list have been around for even the whole 2 years of the game, or 2+ years now of the game, and I still don't have it yet. So hopefully we'll get some of these, but this is going to be my list. So first thing I want to say is that this list is literally just all epics with one legendary, and I think there's one prize car in this whole list. And that's mainly due to the fact that, you know, I'm a pretty advanced player. Okay, I'm lying. I'm an advanced player. I have just about every ultra rare I need, you know, Mirai. Oh, Mirai's not even an ultra rare anymore, but every ultra rare I need, maybe like the Colorado ZR2, Honda Civic Type R. Let's just have a look. There's, you know, RS200, Escort Rally Spec, Porsche 924. I have all those really useful ultra rares already. I guess I'm missing out on the Tamora, and maybe the Mercedes SLK. But yeah, this whole list is mainly going to be epics I've been chasing for. Now, the last time I made a video like this, that was like before I even had 1,000 subscribers. That was like a really long time ago. And it's kind of nice because some of those cars that was on that old list of top 10 cars I really wanted, you know, I finally have now. Namely, it's the 911 Carrera RSR. The BMW M3 CS would have been on that list, but you know, when I first made it, the BMW M3 CS wasn't even in the game yet. Other cars that were just really that were on my list was probably like the Audi S8 Plus, and I have that as well. So I do have some good cars. However, there are some key cars that I'm still missing. You know, I don't have a Furai, for example, and the top 10 cars I will show you right now. Since I've already mentioned the Furai, you guys probably already know the Furai is not going to be on this list. But yeah. Starting off with number 10, and as you can see, I'm not going to do the normal I take the picture and we'll scroll back and forth. I think something more interactive of me actually just playing the game would be more fun. So yeah, this one's a no-brainer. In 10th is the Caterham Superlight R500. Why it's so high up on the list is because, you know, I'm ranking these cars in two factors: their usefulness and how much I just love the car as a whole. The usefulness of the Superlight R500 to me is 11 out of 10. I really need this car. It's like the king of the slalom, king of anything twisty. It's, you know, in the name, as you can see, it's super light. It hits 100 handling, and the 0 to 60, it's already 2.9 stock. That's, I mean, under 3 seconds is amazing. It has no MRA, but I mean, who really cares? It's an amazing car, and to really put the icing on the cake, it has driver's choice and wild ride tag, and these are like kind of tags you see kind of semi often. So I really want this, and like I said, the only reason why it's so high up the list in number 10 is because usefulness is 11 out of 10, but in terms of just me liking the car and appreciating the car, that's like maybe a 6 or a 5 out of 10. Not a huge like Caterham fan, never was. Anyway, moving on to 9th place, we go into Chevrolet, and that is actually the Chevrolet Corvette Z06 Lingenfelter. Now, this Corvette has kind of evaded my interest for the longest time. It wasn't in my old top 10 list, although the Superlight was. And I have to say, this new top 10 list is nothing like my old top 10 list. There's like 2 cars that are reoccurring, and everything else is new. So yeah, the Corvette Z06 has been evading my interest, and I only really got sight of it during the CTR3 Club Sport Finals. That's only when I found out how good of a Corvette this was. Honestly, when it compares to all the other RQ26 Corvettes, which I have all 3 of the other ones, all maxed out even, which is another reason why I want a Lingenfelter, so I can have all of the RQ26 Corvettes maxed out. It's the best Corvette, honestly. It has the best MRA out of all the RQ26 Corvettes. It's the lightest. It has the lowest 0 to 60 besides the Grand Sport, but the Grand Sport doesn't really have good MRA anyway. And all around it's just a really good car. Really want it. However, I did learn in the CTR3 Club Sport Finals that the Corvette Z06 is actually better on a slalom than the Lingenfelter. However, the Lingenfelter wins on literally every other track set. So this is a really, really good Corvette. I don't have it yet, but I do have a great substitute, which is the Corvette Stingray Z51, which honestly, I didn't know that this would be the second best Corvette RQ26 in the game, but I think it is. I've seen it beat my Grand Sport on multiple occasions. So in ninth place is the Chevrolet Corvette Z06, and hopefully I'll get it from a ceramic pack like Redline did twice. But yeah, hopefully I'll get that one day. Anyway, moving on to 8th place, we're actually going to Roof, and this is kind of a car that's been on everyone's wish list if they don't have it, and that is indeed the Roof R compressor. This car has an MRA of 101, and since Hutch decided to just shoot me in the face and nerf the Hellcat's MRA, the Roof R compressor is now better in drags and basically anything compared to the Hellcat. Which really makes me sad because now Hellcat, the wide body and the non-wide body, are basically just specialist cars for American events. They used to be specialist car for any fast event, and now it's just for any fast American event, which just, it really sucks. But yeah, the Roof R compressor is now really high up on my list, and I really, really want it. The only problem about this is, and the only problem why I don't have a lot of epic roofs is I don't open a lot of German Renaissance packs, and that is mainly because I just really don't want to get an RQ19 BMW or any Volkswagen besides the TCR. And that's why I kind of refrain from that, because I know I'm not going to be happy if I get, the BMWs or the Volkswagens besides the TCR. And the best way to get the roofs are from a German Renaissance pack, which I don't have, or which I barely open. So hopefully I'll get one from maybe just a normal carbon fiber or, God forbid, a ceramic pack. But I would love a Roof R compressor, and that comes in 8th place. It's a great all-rounder car, really. However, it's not as good as the Roof that comes in 7th, because that is the BTR2. Now, for the longest time, I actually thought that the Roof R compressor is better in drags than the BTR2. They both have 3.90 to 60, but then I've learned that I think the BTR2 has better MRA, I think. I'm not sure why the BTR2 is better. If you guys know, let me know down in the comments below. But I have a couple friends that own both of them. Super lucky friends, by the way. But they've owned both of them, and they've told me that the BTR2 is better in the drags. And if anything, you know me, I love cars that go fast in a straight line. So it looks like the BTR2 is now the new king of the drags for the epic ranges. So I would love this car. I'll max it out 996 for sure. And then probably for the compressors, since I know it's not the best at the drags anymore, if I did have the BTR2, then I'll probably max out the Roof R compressor, maybe 699, probably has to be. But that is 8th and 7th place. Now we move on to 6th, and we're actually going to a car I've recently covered, and that is indeed the Lambo Gallardo LP550-2 2nd Gen. I don't really want to repeat myself from a video I did about a week ago, but, this is one of the best epics in the game. I genuinely think so. With an MRI of about 88, I know it's not as good as the Roofs, and it's not going to beat the Roofs in the fast circuit, but it really is just that all-rounder epic. It has better handling than all of the epic Roofs at 88. It has really good 0 to 60. In fact, lower 0 to 60 than most of the Roofs at 3.7. It also has a really good top speed. It's just a great all-rounder car. It's better than the M3CS, most likely. If anybody has a maxed LP550, then we can test it with my max M3CS whenever I get it done. I know it's better than the Grand Sport, and it's just up there. It's up there with the pinnacle of RQ26 cars that is kind of at the border of breaking RQ26 and going into a entry-level legendary, in my opinion. It's a great Lambo. I really, really want it. In fact, I've seen a lot of people that have gone that Lambo, but I've just never been lucky enough. Anyway, moving on to 5th place, we are going into the only legendary on this list, and that is the 911 GT2 RS. Now, if you guys know, before Dodge came into top drives, my favorite manufacturer in the game was Porsche. And Porsche is indeed one of my favorite manufacturers of all time. If we looked at my bracket of my all-time favorite manufacturers, it'll probably be Dodge and Porsche. Dodge is first, Porsche is second, and then everything else is a free-for-all. Because under those two, I have Ferrari, Mercedes, and Aston Martin. And I love 3 of them to death, and I don't know which I love more than the other. But Porsche really stands out to me. I really love it, and the 911 GT2 RS is probably my favorite legendary Porsche in the game. I know there's an actually that's a lie. That is a lie. I love the 918, but the 918 isn't my favorite. My favorite legendary is actually the Porsche 959. It's not on the list, but you know what? Let's call it an honorable mention. Porsche 959 is my favorite Porsche of all time in real life. It's not going to be really good in the game. Obviously, 83 handling. I mean, come on, that's really bad. But yeah, it's not on the list on cars I want. I'm not, because like if I got the 959, I'm not gonna max it out, right? I'm just not. It has a usefulness of like 1 out of 10, even though I love it like a 10 out of 10 or 11 out of 10. It's a great car, but I'm not gonna max it out. But moving back to the point at hand, the Porsche 911 GT2 RS, it's just an amazing car, especially the buff it got. It now has even better MRA. I think it's like 95 MRA, 98, something like that. 2.6 0 to 60, which is just ridiculous. 93 handling and 211 top speed. I mean, we can compare it. 2.6 and 93, and we'll compare this to the 918, 2.5 and 94. The 918 is just a little better than the 911 GT2 RS now, which is insane. I know the 918 Spider has 4-wheel drive and it's also a Spider, but honestly, I don't really count drivetrains that much. So GT2 RS, that is the legendary I want the most. Moving on to 4th place now, we're actually going to go to BMW, to a German Renaissance car that I've covered pretty long time ago, and that is indeed the X3 M40i, or, you know, as you guys know, my mom's car. 4.60 to 60 about MRA. I think the MRA is exactly the same as the Lambo LP550 at 88. Handling of 74, which is, you know, not the strong suit, but it's decent for an SUV. But the 0 to 60 is strong, top speed is nice, 4-wheel drive, all-surface tires, high ground clearance. The car needs no introduction. If anybody has it, you know, keep it, max it out. It's an amazing, amazing car. Now, moving on to 3rd place. Now, 3rd place is the only prize car I have on this list, and that is the Chevrolet Camaro ZL11LE. This Camaro has, you know, like I said earlier, the Superlight, it has that usefulness of an 11 out of 10, but unlike the Superlight, I like this car at an 11 out of 10. I'm giving a lot of 11 out of 10s, but these are really the cars I want the most in the game. And another reason why I want this car so bad is how close I got to winning this the last time. I got ninth place in the finals. I think I was literally like 2 or 3 points away from tier 1. And that was literally because someone was just trying to beat me over and over and over again. And that particular person was also a late join, which really pissed me off, and that's why I hate late joiners. You know, I have no shame. His name is Bang Niu, Bangniu. If you ever see him in any of your brackets, just do me a favor and make sure he wins absolutely nothing and beat him over and over and over again. Sorry. Calm down. Calm down. It's an understatement to say that I'm still mad I didn't win that. And, you know, at the same time, I was actually trying to help a friend win that as well. Top Drive's pack openings or / Corvette lover. I still talk to him from time to time, and I'm kind of sad that he didn't win it either, because I know he really loves that car. But yeah, Bang you. Hate him so much. He's the only person I don't like in this game. If you're subscribed to me, Bang you, like, just unsubscribe, or I'll block you. I don't like you at all. Anyway, moving on to 2nd place. Now, this is going to be a huge shocker for everybody, because everyone probably thought this car would be first, and that is indeed my baby, the Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat wide body. I don't know what to say. This car would have been number 1 on my list if it didn't get a nerf, but obviously the Hellcats did get a nerf, so I had to bump it down by 1 rank. So although it could have been number 1, it is now number 2. It's still a well thought out car. I still really want it, and it's still better than the Challenger SRT Hellcat. But now that these wide bodies or these Hellcats are just not as good in their MRA department anymore, I feel like if I got one of these, I'm probably not going to max it out 996. I'm probably going to 699 a Hellcat wide body. Like, I'm not even joking. I'm probably going to 699 a Hellcat wide body. There's a Dodge event coming up really soon. I can just show it to you right now. If we go into events, when does it start? It starts on the 12th, which is in 2 days. Today is the 10th, which is a Thursday, Friday. So it starts on Saturday. So deep sea driving. Obviously, that looks like it's going to be a rainy event. So a lot of standard tire Dodges, 4-wheel drive. I mean, I've literally every Dodge besides the GTSR, and the Hellcat wide body. So I don't think I'll have a problem with that event. But yeah, Dodge packs, carbon fiber packs are obviously going to come out. I'm obviously really happy about that. So I'm going to open those packs for sure. And hopefully we'll get that wide body. I've opened like, I don't know, 20 Dodge carbon fibers now. Still haven't gotten one. But that is number 2 on my list. Obviously I have the stats on that memorized. It's like 85 handling, 3.7, 0 to 60, something like that. It's still a great car, guys. It's not the car it used to be, but the Dodge Challenger Hellcat Wide Boy is still a great car. And you know, it's still something I really want. But anyway, number 1 on my list, I'm gonna give you guys about 3 seconds to guess what you think it is. What car have I not covered? Is it a Mercedes? Is it a Porsche? Is it a Plymouth? Okay, it's not a Plymouth. I have a Plymouth. Is it the Lamborghini Veneno? No, it's not the Lamborghini Veneno, because I only told you there was gonna be one prize car, and that was actually the ZL11LE. The car I want the most actually is a Cadillac, and it is indeed the Cadillac CT6. This car has been around for 2 years. I've opened well over 10 Cadillac carbon fibers and well over like 300 ceramic packs. I've opened more than 300 ceramic packs. I've opened like maybe 400, closing in the 500. I don't know. I've gotten countless cars, countless epics. I've gotten things like the Monte Carlo Turbo Lancia. I've gotten great cars like the 918, the Demon, all that stuff. But still, the Cadillac CT6 has evaded me. It's funny because this STSV I've gotten 3 times, fused it every single time I've gotten it. I've gotten the CTS-V Sport before. I've gotten the CTS-V from 2004 before. I've gotten literally 2 legendary Cadillacs before the CT6. The CT6 indeed, in my opinion, is still the best standard tire car in the game. Standard tire epic in the game, I guess. And I guess the only reason why a lot of these cars are epics is because I can max them out super easy. But the Cadillac CT6 is still one of my favorites. There's like new BMW standard tire cars from German Renaissance that could be better. But this car has just been, it has stayed consistently useful for 2 years, which is like a year longer than how consistently useful the Hellcat was. And that's why it's kind of number 1 on my list. It's a car I like. You know, I really like Cadillac. I would say 9 out of 10. I really like this car. But the usefulness on this thing is like a 20 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie. It's such a great car. Maxed out is 87 handling. I think it goes on a 4.20 to 60. I really want this. So hopefully one day I'll get this from maybe a carbon fiber, or a ceramic, or you know, Cadillac carbon fibers. I open them from time to time. God forbid I don't get them in a guess what you get from that pack with Android Fanatic and then lose. But yeah, really want the CT6. I love it, and that is basically my top 10 list. Revise for 2019. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for all the support on the channel so far, guys, and I will announce the giveaway winners really soon. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Blossom out.